Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy. Everybody comes in your grandmother year.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. And they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right?
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
In person, in my office, in Philadelphia.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help.
We've ended the war on American energy. We were in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal, one of our great natural resources.
Get your words straight, Jack.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
Everybody comes in your grandmother ear.
8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives. So this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese. A real beautiful company.
Everybody digging my chili when I'm laying down? That is not true.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
They're coming all over the place.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position. Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do?
And then they have cans of soup. Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? No.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
I admit to always improving.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of the hit political podcast Above It All, featuring me. That's me. I'm me. You're not me, you fucker. That's me. Alright, give me a little second here. I wasn't ready yet. Well, I am ready, but I mean, I wasn't ready yet. Do you not like Marxist-Leninism? Yeah, we're right out the gate with these fucking big questions. Holy shit, man. No, I'm personally an anarchist form of thought. I respect people until they disrespect me. That's my overall opinion. So if someone is an ML and they're very respectful, God bless them. I love them. I think they're great. But some of them are not so great. On the same token, there are some anarchists that are also not so great. So it's like, you know, that's my persuasion. Hello, folks. How's it going? Hi! It's Above It the motherfucking all, folks. That's what this is. Can you believe it? My lord. Trump disrespected me on several occasions, actually. Andrea's a dirty capitalist. If my Dogecoin holdings are of any value, it is that I'm a dirty capitalist. You have a smudge of like, yeah, there's no way. I do. Motherfucker. God damn it. How did you know? How the fuck? How come everyone knows but me? At this point, how come everyone knows but me? I'm sorry if my voice is a little gonzo. I mean, it's been in and out over the last 37 days. But, you know, screaming yesterday. You know how it would be. Whew. You either work 7 days a week or you're a lazy bitch. Exactly. Talk about working 7 days a week. When I originally made that that beautiful and fantastic quote. That was when I was working like what, an hour a day. Now I do a podcast in the morning. I protest the government in the evening, right? I recreationally, do other things in between times. I'm so busy now. And still 7 days a week. I have not reduced the frequency of days. You know what I mean? Interesting. I am in and out of coins. When the protest started, I stopped trading, and I was still in some coins when the market crashed. And so, I'm still making some moves I moved from making 12 moves a day to making 12 moves in the last 37 days. So you revealed how little you were working before. Hey, I made more money before. When I was doing a podcast for 2 hours a day, I made more money than when I do a podcast for an hour and a half a day and protest the government for 5 hours. Just throwing that out there. It's just a retweet. Hey. People respect me doing less work. That's a bad lesson. That's I'm learning the wrong lesson here. You know what I mean? I'm totally learning the wrong motherfucking lesson. What's AMC at today? Let's find out. $33? Are you joking? Yo, I'm gonna sell some AMC. Hold the phone, folks. 33 motherfucking dollars. Goddamn. All right. Plug your PayPal. I'm gonna do that right now. All right, motherfuckers. Give you some money. You think this is a joke? You think I'm just kidding about you giving me money? Well, I am. Don't give me money. I don't deserve it. But if you want to give some money to people that do deserve it, here's this GoFundMe for Andrew Brown's family. That's something you should probably actually put money into. So I'm just throwing that out there. So, order of operations there. Thank you, Choke. And yes, Michelangelo sculpted marble. I write screen names. Reminder, you were very you impressed Matt Binder last night with your queer edge jokes. That was very funny. Where's Binder? That's a great fucking question. This motherfucker. By the way, for those of you that don't know, I was on Matt Binder's show yesterday. This motherfucker said he would come on my show. Here we are. Here's the show, and he's not here. I donated to some lass that was seeking legal help in Elizabeth City. I think it said they were attacked in a car. Oh my fucking god. Is Max on? Max is right the fuck here. Hey, Maxie. Hi, bud. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get Matt Binder on the show at some point. I sent him a DM, but it must have been too late. He must have crashed from all of his Red Bull and just fell asleep as soon as the show was over. Can you imagine? But yeah, definitely check out Doomed yesterday. Because I thought I did a pretty decent job if you need like a generalized recap or something. Pretty good. Look at this dog. Just licking his fucking paw. Why are you doing that? All right, folks. Second Amendment is trending. Oh, Lord. What did I walk into? Oh, my God. Matt Gaetz. The Second Amendment is about waging armed rebellion if necessary. What? Saying the quiet part out loud, right? I love how any protesting under the Trump years was evil, right? If you're a protester when Trump's president, you're evil, right? But when Biden's president, oh shit, we're going to kill everyone. We're going to destroy the entire government. Let's just rebel, bro. Yeah, it was good. I recognized you from calling into the MR. Are you a new viewer, Nate? Are you new here? God bless. For whom the bell tolls with Big Ben. Oh my God. I'm gonna be honest. I dislike Ben Burgess's show title because every time I see it like abbreviated, I think of Grand Theft Auto. Like that's my if you're gonna create an acronym, right? You got to make it something that I'm sorry. Like I see that and I'm thinking like, oh shit, I'm gonna go play GTA 3. Fuck this podcast. You know. Just kidding. I would never play GTA 3. Grand Theft Auto. Oh my God. Grand Theft Auto. That's so funny. I still have never played GTA 5. Thankfully, they're releasing it again for the 15,000th time, so maybe now I'll have the opportunity to pick it up. Alina was on breaking news last night about EC. What do you mean? Ben Burgess was like, well, I already thought of a name for this book. Let's just see if I can keep using it. Why think of more names, right? I mean, I feel that. I hate thinking about names, right? If you can think of a name and you just stick with it, boom, I'm good with that. Yo, I haven't eaten in like 16 hours. I just realized that. Ugh. Branding, the thing I'm the worst at. I'm the absolute worst. Good Morning Comrade is the best name for a show. It's actually really good. Breaking News is a YouTube show. Feel free to send it to me. Do you mean Alana? I know an Alana. Let me look for this. Let me look. Send me a motherfucking link. I can't, like, if a show... Why are you going to call a show break... Oh my god, there's a bug on the window. Fuck. Alright, folks. This shit's about to get serious. Please hold the phone. This shit's about to get fucking serious. See, this is the good thing about having a microphone, right? Is I can narrate this whole thing. I can narrate this whole thing. That's right, bitch. You're in my domain, motherfucker. I live here. I hate bugs. Okay. I'm going in for the kill, folks. I'm going in for the kill. Just kidding. I don't know where it went. Wait, there it is. The motherfucker fell into my air conditioner. That's not good. I don't like that. Okay. I think we're good, folks. Alright. Mission accomplished. Killed that bitch. Whew. Wow. Man, my eyesight is so much better. I feel like, whenever I see a bug, I feel like I enter like a primal state. The adrenaline kicks in. I'm like, ooh, I can see. Yeah, fuck bugs. All my homies hate bugs. Imagine calling your show Breaking News, It's just like, someone sent me this goddamn link. Great to see you on Doomed. I have heard you on Feldman's podcast, but missed the info about your show. Thank you, Penelope. I appreciate that. You're awesome. I'm glad you came in while I was killing a bug. Maybe the idea was if people Google breaking news, I don't think that's going, like I Googled breaking news Elizabeth City and I got all mainstream media. Like I'm just letting you know that's not a good SEO wise, which again, Matt Binder has complimented my SEO live on stream yesterday. SEO wise, I would know a thing or two. Not great. Breaking news, they're not sending their best. Wavy did ask permission, yeah. If motherfuckers aren't asking permission, I'll sue them. I'll sue them. You need SEO tips from me? I'll try my best. My SEO has gotten my YouTube content removed before, though, so bear with me. Sometimes you get a little too spicy. I would love to have Letterhack on. Mila, tell Letterhack to come on my show. You do it. We'll do this. Like, you send Letterhack a DM. Tell them to send me a DM. And then, just kidding, actually, when they're about to send me a DM, that's when I send the DM. So they're in the DM screen, they're typing, and then pop up, there goes my DM. Let's plan it all out, Mila. Let's do it. Yeah, I gotta take my meds. My medifications. Let me take them. Don't mind me. Just sucking down estrogen up here. You know how it is. Yeah, they do come in the chat. I'm just fucking around. How do we sync it? I don't know. I'm just fucking around here. Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to make a goddamn joke, okay? God damn it. Why is Schumer trending, motherfucker? Hate that guy. Did Chuck Schumer disappear again? That's what it looks like. It looks like Chuck Schumer disappeared. Another classic segment. Hell yes. Oh, Quinn, the car assaulter, is free and out on bail till her next court appearance in July 12th. That's crazy. You think I'm brushing my hair? You think I'm brushing my hair? You think this is being brushed? This is my new style. This is the I've been protesting the government for 37 motherfucking days hairstyle. How does everyone like my new hairstyle? I've coined it. It's called the protest the fucking government hairstyle. You just don't care about it. You'll wash it every once in a while, right? But it's like, brush it? Why bother? Why fucking bother? What the fuck? What? Like, I'm gonna brush it and then it's gonna get fucked up again. Hello? Like, what the fuck? Might as well deal with it when the protests are over. You know what I'm saying? This is the same thing with my nails. Look at this. I didn't expect them to grow this long, but fuck it. It's gonna get crunchy. I'm gonna fucking crunch you, you fucker. And now you're going for trendy hairstyles. Yep, that's right. That's right, folks. I'd like the 37 days protesting. Well, there's actually multiple variations. There's 37 days of protesting the government, and then there's 37 days of protesting the motherfucking government, right? And the one with the motherfucking, that's a lot more hardcore. Trendsetter fashion icon. Wait till I start like painting like individual fingernails. I should start like painting my fingernails as like a way of keeping track of something, like protest related. I was gonna say like protesters arrested, but there's already been like 30, and I don't have 30 fingernails, so that's a problem. All right, folks. Let's get into the recap, shall we? So yesterday was the 37th day of protesting in Elizabeth City, North Carolina over the police shooting and murder of Andrew Brown Jr. And, I just want to say 37 days. Like, that's a long time. Like, let's be honest, folks. Like, we got to, like, give me a pat on the like, I'm serious. 37 fucking days. Like, look at my hair. It's a mess. Look at my fingernails. They're all broken. But, I mean, we've been out here in the streets for 37 days in a row. And it's pretty incredible. I mean, like I said, I've been saying this for a while. This is a historically peaceful protest situation. There's not, like, a similar story to this out there. Like, and that's not, trying to, like, hype it up too much. But, I mean, like, this is some very important stuff going on. And, like, while it might not be relevant to, be so interested in watching the recap every single day, especially if days are very similar to one another, it's one thing that, it's important to keep in mind that this is happening every single day. This is something that people are doing, myself included, every single day. And it's probably not going to stop. Because, again, like, it looks like the 7 sheriff deputies that killed Andrew Brown are not going to face any charges. Like, and even if they do, right, and even if they do get sentenced, like, we live in North Carolina, the jury will probably find them innocent or whatever. Right, so it's like, there's really no track here for any sort of positive gains. And now we should continue protesting for those gains, and that's obviously why we should be. I'm not trying to be a doomer about this. Because I think the number one thing about community organizing and protesting like this is that people are getting to know each other. Like, again, 38 days ago, if you would have showed me this photograph, right? If you would have shown me this photograph 38 days ago, I'd be like, oh, that sounds cool. I wonder what's going on, right? Like, I wouldn't know any of these people in this photo. I would have, no idea. No idea who they are, right? But now, right, on day 38, today will be day 38, I know who everyone in this photograph is. I have had personal conversations with most people in this photograph, right? And, we're going to continue to engage with one another, and we're going to continue to know one another, and we're going to continue to build that community solidarity. And so, like, that's something that's really important to understand, is that, really this is kind of like an origin story for Elizabeth City when it comes to protesting. Like day 1 and day 2, I didn't know anyone out there, and now it's day 38, and I can tell you that I know almost everyone out there. I've at least had a conversation with almost everyone at some point, right? And so, like, again, that's the number one thing, and that's what I want to keep, like, emphasizing on this, is that, yes, is it okay, or is it annoying that, you know, some of the protests day to day are, like, very compliant with police and stuff? Yes. I think especially after police almost got us killed the other day, the idea that we're still filing permits, I think, is in a way personally insulting. But that being said, again, the number one thing that does grow from a day-to-day basis is the community bond and the solidarity feeling that people share with one another, especially after the car attack. So here we are. We're walking down through residentials again. We walk down through the other... look at this fucking kid. Look at this kid. I love this kid. This kid's amazing. Let me put this up. Right, that's amazing. Like, God bless. Like, start the kids out early, right? And so, like, you know, when we go through the residential areas, right, sometimes we pick people up and, like, you know, they join the protest, and it's like maybe they've come out a couple days, but they're not, like, super into it, right? And so, like, that usually happens, and then we, like, have chances to meet new people, get them more involved. Today, I think, if today is Friday, I think it's Friday. It looks like it's Friday. According to my computer calendar, it's Friday. Today, we're going to be doing a community party at a park. And so we're going to march, and then we're going to have a party up until the evening. And so that's going to be fun. And so look forward to that, folks. I will be covering that, and that should be a good time. So we went through the neighborhoods. People are getting loud. People are getting proud. And yeah, so we go back downtown. I got this really nice shot here with the sun. I just really like the sun. The sun was so big. Like, look how big the sun is. Like, why is it so goddamn big? But yeah, I mean, like, yesterday was a relatively good day. We did our thing. We got some people involved, and we're going to be doing a community cookout today. And so we're going to march beforehand. And then we're going to try to pick people up on the way to the cookout, and then we're going to do that, and that's going to be happening until, I guess, the nighttime. I'll probably be out most of the night. But yeah, so I mean, yesterday was a good day. Again, it's not like we're not every single day, and I know, the reason I want to say this is because there are a lot of skeptics that I know watch the show, and there's a lot of skeptics that I know don't watch the show but live in Elizabeth City, and I want their perspective to be a little bit heard in a public fashion, because Wavy isn't going to talk about this, CNN isn't going to talk about this, like any of the local news outlets aren't going to talk about this, right? And I just, want to be very clear that there are people that are very upset with the permits. There are people that are very upset with the fact that, we're not sitting and occupying specific locations for longer periods of time. And I 1000% understand that. But at the same time, again, I think the number one thing right now is forming that sense of community. Because again, if everything that happened in the first week of Andrew Brown protests was relatively radical, right? We were occupying streets for 8 hours a day. We were occupying the bridge for 8 hours, right? And so, and that was a time where no one really knew each other that well, right? And so, if we, are in a position where it's let's say it's day 73, right? And we want to start ramping up, but we all know each other now, right? And we're all, we all have that, sense of community and that solidarity, right? Then that's going to go a little bit longer of a way, and that's going to be a more effective protest, right? So I just want to be very clear that that's my opinion on the subject. Yes, do I think the permits are stupid? Yes, do I think that just marching and doing nothing else is a little silly and a little redundant? Yes, I do think that. We should, and we are, branching out to doing other things on a week-to-week basis. I believe next week people are going to be going to Raleigh in D.C. I'm still not sure if I'm going to do that. I might stay back and cover what happens in Elizabeth City while they go and do that. Not sure yet. But that's something that, people are planning on doing. And so again, I'm telling you this, on day one, if I knew everyone in the crowd on day one would have been a hell of a lot more radical. Same thing with day 2, same thing with day 3. Things would have been a hell of a lot more radical if I had known everyone by their first name, right? And so I'm telling you that right now, like, if something else happens, right, like, let's say there's another police shooting in, like, you know, like fucking November or something, and we've been continuing to protest every single day, and there's another police shooting in Elizabeth City, right? That, like, I'm telling you, like, right now, like, all it takes right now is, like, all we need is another spark, right? And we are building the kindling, I suppose, for the spark that will change things, like, actually for good. But that's a multi-step process. And again, who knows if it's going to happen, like, later this year? Who knows if it could happen 3 years from now? The main goal on a day-to-day basis at these protests is to continue what we're doing, right? We're playing the short game here, right? And playing the short game builds up to the long game, right? Again, building that sense of community solidarity. After 30 days, it's pretty strong. After 60 days, it's going to be pretty fucking strong. After 90 days, it's going to be pretty goddamn motherfucking strong, right? And so, like, that's what I'm trying to say here, right? Day to day, the most important thing, right, is making sure something happens every single day to keep that consecutive count going, because, again, the people in power want us to stop. And if people do end up stopping, right, it's going to sputter things out, and we're going to be in a situation where it's like you go from seeing someone every day to never seeing them again. You know what I mean? And so, like, that's the situation that we're trying desperately to avoid here. And so far, we're succeeding. 37 days, going on 38, non-violent protesting. I mean, again, it's history. This is historic. And this is why I want to be so, I'm so entrenched in this, because, well, obviously I live here, right? So it's like my duty to the community that I live in, number one. But also, like, as a YouTuber, right, no one else, literally zero other people. Like, and I know, like, it's one of those things, but, like, zero other human beings in the history of YouTube are going to cover this as extensively as I am. And so, like, I feel like there's an obligation there, right? So it's like, you know, my show used to just be talking about national politics. Sometimes I'd talk about some, like, local-ish stuff, right? But it's like everyone's going to be talking about Joe Biden. What's Joe Biden doing today? What's Chuck Schumer doing today, right? I'm the only one who is going to be talking about what's going on in Elizabeth City. And so I feel like there's an obligation for me to do that, and I want to be participatory in showcasing the historic outpour of, you know, just, again, community solidarity first and foremost. And I don't really care if I lose half of my viewer base over this shit. That's whatever. Like, fuck them. And so, like, you know, and I'm happy to go on shows like Matt Binder's show yesterday. Happy to go on shows talking about Elizabeth City. Because, again, I want to talk about, like, the car attack the other day, right? I went on Matt Binder's show to talk about Elizabeth City and specifically the car attack. And I've talked to local news. I've talked to mainstream news, and every single time I've spoken to them, I told them explicitly that Officer Parr got out of the way and let the driver hit us. None of them have reported that. I think, like, one of them reported, like, something like allegedly like something like that, but none of them have been, like, it's only what they're trying to do is they're just taking police reports and then taking, like, one sentence from us, right, and then just saying, oh yeah, someone hit someone. The police, they may have been there. Who knows, right? And so, like, and that's why it's so important for, like, people like me to go out there and, like, to do these podcasts. And, like, there's a couple of other people that are going on shows as well. And it's important because, again, the entire apparatus of, like, you know, how everything works in this city is, and I said this yesterday on Matt Binder's show, but on the governmental level and, like, media, like, all of them, like, the whole system, are either corrupt or useless. That's it. They're either corrupt or useless, right? So Mila in the chat points out a week, or I guess 2 weeks ago, I don't know, time runs together, an NPR reporter put up a little tape recorder microphone like the ones you see in the Saw movies, right? And asked me, like, what I think about if the judge or if the DA should recuse themselves. And I say that they should be in prison. And then the NPR reporter just, like, takes the recorder away from my mouth and just walks away from me. Like, doesn't say anything, right? Just like, all right, this interview's over. I'm going to walk away now because I said that they should be in prison for covering up a homicide, right? Right, so mainstream media is useless. They're going to come out here and they're just going to try to do this whole, like, oh, people are protesting, and oh, police shot someone, and oh, the DA said it was justified, but the protesters say it might not be, right? And so it's like, it's ridiculous, right? And again, like, we have local newspaper here as well that, again, useless. They're useless, right? The Daily Advance, the local newspaper, is useless. And when they do print things, it's mostly lies. It's useless. And so, again, that's why it's so important for people like actual community members to go out there and do shows like going on that Binder show. And, you know, I've been on David Feldman's show and that stuff. That's so important. It's so goddamn important. And more people need to be doing this. And if it's only me, and if people want to get me on their show to talk about Elizabeth City, I'm happy to do so. And, you know, that's kind of the thing. Nah, they're not useless. They're complicit in the status quo. Yes, I agree that they're complicit, but I'm trying to be a little bit charitable. Like, you know, again, God bless some of the city council members. A lot of them have been marching with us. We had a couple of them march with us yesterday, right? And God bless them for speaking out in favor of the protests and all that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, they are useless. They are not going to be able to affect change when it comes to the governmental apparatus. They can be great as members of the community marching with us. Some of them provide us supplies, right? Like yesterday we had a city council member give us some first aid kits. That's amazing, and that's beautiful, and that's fantastic, right? But on the governmental level, they're useless. They cannot make any change whatsoever on the governmental level. And that's like what I'm talking about here. So on a personal level, God bless them. They're great people. I love talking to them. And and it's great when they show up and they give us water, when they give us snacks, when they give us like first aid kits, and they give us all kinds of stuff. Sometimes they give us signs, right? And so that's wonderful and that's fantastic. But at the end of the day, you know, a lot, like, they can't do anything. You know what I mean? But, like, also, you know, look at other cities. Are there other cities where city council members are marching with protesters as often as they are here? I mean, maybe, but I don't see that often, right? So, I mean, like, it's worth something, and it's good, and it's great, I think, that members of the city council are coming out here in solidarity. But again, as city council members, they're useless. As protesters and as fellow community members, they're extremely useful, and they're just they're invaluable, just as much as everyone else is. You know, and that's what, like, again, I want to, like, we're not going to get any massive changes in Elizabeth City anytime soon, right? If we do change the laws in Elizabeth City, it's going to be as like a result of like a slow snowball effect from what we're doing right now. Like, the next election is this fall, right? Now, can we organize enough to affect that election and actually maybe maybe, but also probably not, right? And so we have to like plan out when's the next election, right? We have to plan out, well, should we even bother with elections? What if we just do mutual aid programs? And what if we just like do community gardens? And what if we just do housing programs? And what if we do fundraisers and just say, fuck the government, we don't need them, right? And these are all things that people are discussing. And so, like, you know, I'm just like, you know, it's very important to note that like this is not a situation where it's like in Minneapolis where you've got like a district attorney or someone like that, you know, like a governor or whatever who's like somewhat sympathetic or whatever, you know. This is a situation where every step of the way, right, they're either useless or they're outright corrupt and they're against us. And so, like, that's the thing you need to understand. Like, there's no one in any position of power that can do anything good for our movement right now. And that's something that we have to deal with, that we have to reckon with. And there's multiple ways of reckoning with that. You know, organizing and trying to get people into those governmental apparatuses, right? Get more people into them. And these are not mutually exclusive, but then also do community programs like, you know, mutual aid in the form of like food programs, you know, housing programs, fundraisers for people that can't pay their electricity bills, right? That kind of stuff, right? We need to do all of the above here. Like in this, and then, you know, again, the more community solidarity we have, the bigger of a block we have to affect change. Like, what if we got everyone in Elizabeth City's, like, you know, food industry, like, to unionize? Possible, right? What if we got all the fast food workers in Elizabeth City to like just say, you know what? We're going to walk out of work and we're all going to unionize. It's possible. I could see something like that happening in, you know, a couple months, maybe a year, right? And so like that's the kind of stuff that we should be building up to, right? Yes, it's important to demand justice in the case of Andrew Brown, right? But it's also important to understand you don't want to set yourself up for something that's not going to happen, right? We need to focus on goals that are more achievable in the shorter term and in the longer term, and give us stuff to work toward that is totally achievable. And again, when it comes to like mutual aid programs, this is 100% in our control. When it comes to the government and when it comes to all that, it's like 0.1% in our control, if anything at all, right? But when it comes to building mutual aid programs, we don't need the government for that, right? We don't need that. And so, like, again, this is the kind of stuff that people are talking about. And I'm trying to, provide that sort of megaphone for their ideas and for the things that they want to say and the things that they're saying. And again, I agree with a lot of this. Y'all know me. I've been against the permit shit since day one. So that's my situation. But we have Max the dog here. Woofing around. Hello. Max the motherfucking dog. Hey, bud. Look at his paw. Anyway, so that's day 37. Good March, good vibes, and today we're going to do a cookout and party at a neighborhood park. And it's going to be great, and I'll get you some footage, and we're going to have a good time. So, there you go. Look at this fucking dog. This dog is, like, legit so good. Like I want to, like, keep everyone in mind. Like, Max is my first fucking dog. I've never had a dog before. I've lived with dogs, right? But Max is my first dog that I've, been the sole arbiter of. And I just have to say, God bless this motherfucking dog. Like, I love him so much. Like, can y'all believe I've only had Max since December? That's crazy. Can y'all also believe that I'm going to be 25 years old on the 31st? That's crazy! My arm barely hurts after my second vaccine dose. Yeah, I had the same situation. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. I was like a little, like, loopy, right? And my arm was like, like I could get it to like right here and then it would be a little sore, But it's like, when in daily life are you going to be doing this? Right? Just kidding, all the time. Because we're fucking constantly holding our fucking hands up at these protests. Right? So. But yeah, so that's, I already did that. Okay, so what's up, folks? Andrea rapidly approaching G-MILF status. I mean, considering that I'm unable to procreate, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. What is seitan? It's like some meat substitute. I've never made it, but I would like to. What are we doing on the 31st? I don't know what you're doing, but I'm probably going to do some drugs and protest the government. By the way, wasn't it like a year ago that the 3rd precinct in Minneapolis was burned down? Was that on the 27th or the 28th? That was a while ago. I think it was May 28th. God damn, I remember watching that shit live on Unicorn Riot. That was crazy, man. Am I taking the day off? Of course I'm streaming. What the fuck? Why wouldn't I stream on my birthday? Like, hello, I stream on my birthday, and then I can say, bitches, it's my birthday, and then, like, guilt trip you into giving me money. Like, what the fuck? Right? You know, like, duh, of course I'm going to stream on my motherfucking birthday. What a coincidence. I will also be doing drugs. That's awesome, Smee. I'm super happy to hear that. I drank for the first time. That's true. And played Minecraft, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else set up for today, so I might just like peace out a little early. You know, I appreciate Mega Man X8. Trust me, I have more than enough copies of that game. I protest the government every time I have sex with my boyfriend. There you go. I mean, that's one way to do it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna peace out relatively soon. At any time, it's pretty safe to assume Andrea's doing drugs. So I always say, I'm going to go smoke with Andrea. Well, I mean, smoking, that's a limiting factor. That's a limiting factor. You don't, like, I don't limit myself to just drugs that you can inhale. My only niece just graduated with a 4.0 and she made the dean's list. I barely know what any of that means, but I'm sure it's great. Do you have 8 copies? I've got like 5, to be honest. Cover Keemstar's entry into politics and journalism? I don't know if I'll do that. I'm almost 40 and I have too much family. Can you believe it? Andrea is always smoking, as a smoking hot babe. I mean, that's accurate. What's the best crypto to invest in? I am not a professional. I'm not a professional, so. But I'm gonna say let's go with Dogecoin, right? There you go. That's enough plausible deniability. Oh, you really should be investing in this AMC so I can make some more money before I sell. Literally the worst one. What, X8? Mega Man X8? Horrible. Horrible. Are you talking about Dogecoin? Yeah, no, exactly. My youngest daughter got into the King's College to do nursing. Do you have kids? I don't know if you ever said that. Whenever someone says that they've got like kids, you know, that to me it's like I can't imagine. But like I'm at the age now where like I have people younger than me that have kids. Right? Like that freaks me I don't want to think about that. Like, why are you 23 years old and you've got a kid? I'm 25. That makes me you know, like that, like, I don't know, that's speed running, you know. No offense to anyone. I'm not saying that, you know, I disagree with having kids early. I'm just saying it's weird for me as I feel like I'm a young adult. You know, I feel like I'm super young. I feel like I got the rest of my life ahead of me. And then there's people that are my age that have children, and it's like, whoa, like, that's crazy, right? Like, that's out of control. My eldest daughter is a year older than you. That's crazy. Like, why are you watching this show? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's out of control. Wow. 4 adult kids and 1 in high school. Y'all. My son is 17. What is the average, like, age of the fucking chat here? Like, is there something I should know? Like, what the hell is going on? Is there anyone in their 20s in this chat room? Anyone? Does anyone exist that is under the age of 30? For the love of God. What is happening here? Late 20s, no kids so far. Will probably never have kids. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God. 26. Thank you, thank you. Average age 75. Legit though, I feel like fucking the average age here is at least like 35. Which, no, again, no offense. Like, I'm not trying to be offensive here. It's just like for me, that's just like a weird thing for me to comprehend. You know what I mean? Like, that's just interesting for me to, you know, that's information for me to receive and for me to process. And you know, I think about that. Like, what the hell? 37 with a 16-year-old. 54, 34. That's crazy. All of y'all, what's going on here? Is the youngest person like 26? Is the youngest person that watches me older than me? Like, what is that? How is the youngest viewer of mine older than me? Why is that? Why am I the youngest? And now, think about it this way. Why am I the youngest person here and the most beautiful and intelligent person? Right? Right? Like, isn't that crazy? Like, now think about it from y'all's perspective. Right? Like, I'm 25. I'm already the smartest bitch in the world. Right? And I'm hot as fuck. Right? Like, right? So, like, what are y'all doing? Like, some of y'all might be hot. Some of y'all might be smart. But, like, let's be honest, right? Like, let's be real. Like, y'all got a lot of catching up to do. Like, I'm just... God damn it. Motherfucker. My sister's 2 years younger than me and has 2 kids. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy. Beautiful eyeballs. That's what I'm saying. All the other 20-year-olds left. Yeah, where's the fuck? We have like 2 20-year-olds and like one of them's 29. Like, that barely counts. The fuck is wrong with you people? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Yeah, I'm gonna turn 30 tomorrow. Like, okay, thanks for that. Fuck. I'm just fucking around here. You know, please don't take offense to me or whatever. It's just so funny. It's just, let me check my analytics live on stream. That's a good idea. What's the average age of my viewer according to YouTube? Audience. (25 to 34) is 42%. That's the plurality age bracket. Is 25 to 34. Yo, I'm about to be in that age bracket. I'm about to level up from another bracket to this one. That's crazy. I'm joining y'all. I'm in that one. And then you got 20% that are 35 to 44. And then you've got 24% that are 18 to 24, and then the rest are small. You got 10% that are 45 to 54. God bless all y'all, right? God bless them. You ready for the fucking gender distribution, by the way? 6% women that watch my content. What's going on there? Like, what the hell? That's crazy. United States, 51%. Still on top. Other channels your audience watches. The Majority Report, The Rational National, Secular Talk, Vouch. It's crazy. Why are y'all watching Vouch? Why are y'all watching Vouch and not me? When your viewers are on YouTube. Yeah, that's right. I can check this. I can check this. Most people are on YouTube from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's interesting. More, like the most people seem to be on YouTube on Friday, followed by Thursday. What's so special about Thursday, y'all? Why y'all keep watching the videos on Thursday? Something good happening on Thursday for y'all? What's going on here? "94% of my audience uses no subtitles." Whoa, right? Like, that's crazy. Let's look up some more. Look up some more data, shall we? Playback location. Here we go. Most of y'all, 93% of you watch my videos on YouTube. It's crazy. What percentage of your audience is trans, though? I don't know. I don't think YouTube tracks that. Never could get the hang of Thursdays. Yeah, Thursdays are just crazy. Let's look at device type. What are you people watching on? No way! 50% of my audience watches on mobile phones? What? Now, I want y'all to keep in mind that this is like my overall channel, not just the people that watch the live streams, right? Like, this is like the aggregate. That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like there's probably like a good even distribution of women to men. And then we also have some NBs in the chat, which I appreciate. I feel like we have a good, nice environment that watches the live streams. I don't know about all these people that just watch the videos. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's they're watching on the mobile phones. They're fucking 95% male. I don't know what's going on over there. But the people that watch the live stream, right? Like, y'all are cool. I mean, most of you are old, but, you know, that's fine. I have no problem with old people. Some would even say I have a preference for older people. Maybe. That's possible. Right? Maybe it's just, you know, but it's possible. But, and maybe, I guess all of y'all have a preference for younger people. Why am I the youngest person here? Why am I the fucking youngest? But that's still freaking me the fuck out. There's like, what, 50 people here? And I'm the fucking youngest motherfucker? Alley CIA, how old are you? Are you younger or older than me? Come on, someone's got to be younger than me. Let's go. Come on. Just turned 57. That's not younger than me. Stop yelling at us, we're old. 37, god damn it. Fuck. Anyway, folks, Monday is my birthday. I'll be 25. I'll be closer to all of y'all very soon. Older people like your potty mouth. I mean, I guess so, right? You're gonna blow out my Some people get their grandchild to type. Probably. Why are all y'all so fucking old? Oh, Lord. "37 is a very young age for a news show." You think so? I feel 22. I feel like I'm 24. I feel like I'm older. I feel like I'm like 27. Right? I'm just trying to like get closer to y'all. Why are you so young? I don't fucking know. The fuck? I don't know. Average age for TV news shows will be well into their 50s. Well, that's TV news. What about online news, right? You kind of remind me of my nephews. Well, I appreciate that. Unfortunately, I'm 35 because that's when my dad fucked my mom. I suspect Andrea's youth might be for similar reasons. Oh my god. I have to get my grandkids to type for me. Arthritis is... What the fuck? Max is younger than me. That's true. Max is like 8. 7 or 8. Somewhere in that range. We don't know his birthday or anything. And, you know, we've had him for like 6 months. So, I don't know. My daughter like you, but she isn't allowed to watch. Whoa, why isn't she allowed to watch? Hello? Max is ancient in talk. Max has been around for a while. Feldman Show's audience seems to be people who remember stand-up comedians from the 90s. Oh my god. Look at this dog. Yo, I'm hungry, man. It's alright. I think I've exhausted the segment where I complain about the... I'm not even complaining, it's just interesting. But I think I've exhausted the segment where I interestingly pontificate on the average age of the chatters. And it's interesting that I'm the youngest person. Like, there's no one younger than me in this chat room. That's weird. You know what I'm like? I figured at least one person would say like, oh yeah, I'm 21 or I'm 23 or I'm like, nope. Nope. Andrea gives us older peeps Carlin vibes and Pryor vibes with your witty potty mouth. I appreciate that. Run the meme into the ground. I'm about to. Check this out. You're on the floor right now. I've ran it into the ground, folks. I've ran it into the ground. Thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of your day. I will see you very soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal. Should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. And they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, what they thought about it.
They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, they're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, they're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
That was an opinion of somebody.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.